Okay, I need to tell you something about tomorrow. And honestly, I've been feeling this energy building for weeks now, and I think what's about to happen is going to catch most people completely off guard. Tomorrow, Thursday, February 12th, isn't just another day. The universe is literally settling accounts. And I know that sounds dramatic, but stay with me on this one, because the astrological alignment happening tomorrow is something I believe we only see once in a cycle. It's like the cosmos is writing checks, and for some of you, that check is about to clear. Here's what's happening. Tomorrow, the moon enters Capricorn at a very specific moment, and when it does, it's triggering something massive. But it's not just the moon. There are 3 separate celestial events happening within hours of each other, and together they're creating what I can only describe as a cosmic payday. A career blessing that's been building since 2023. And if you've been feeling like you've been working in the dark for the past few years, like you've been putting in the effort but not seeing the tangible results, there's a very specific reason for that, and I promise I'll explain exactly why later in this video. But first, I need you to understand why tomorrow is different from every other day this month. The universe doesn't just pay anyone, you had to earn this. So here's the thing most people don't realize about cosmic timing. These moments of major breakthrough don't happen randomly. They happen when cycles complete. And tomorrow, we're standing at the end of a massive cycle. For the past 2.5 years, Saturn has been moving through Pisces, and if you know anything about Saturn, you know it's the planet of karma, of time, of hard lessons, and even harder rewards. Saturn doesn't give you anything for free. You have to earn it, and for the last few years, Saturn in Pisces has been asking you to build something you couldn't see, to have faith in something that felt completely intangible. Maybe you've been working on a project that didn't make sense to anyone else. Maybe you've been developing a skill in private, wondering if it would ever pay off. Maybe you've been showing up day after day in a situation that felt like it was going nowhere, right? And honestly, I've been feeling this myself, this sense of working in the fog, like you know you're building something important, but you can't quite see the shape of it yet. You can't prove to anyone, or even to yourself sometimes, that it's real. But here's what I think is happening. Tomorrow, the fog lifts, because Saturn is at 29 degrees Pisces, the absolute final degree of the zodiac. It's the last day of a 2.5-year contract. And when contracts end, settlements happen. The universe is closing the books on this cycle, and if you put in the work, you're about to get paid. 3 things are happening tomorrow, and together they're unstoppable. Okay, so let me break down the actual astronomy for you, because the timing of this is wild. These aren't random events scattered throughout the week. These are 3 precise movements happening within 6 hours of each other. First, at about 2:14 in the afternoon, Mercury, the planet of communication, contracts and commerce, is going to conjoin the North Node in Pisces. Now, if you don't know what the North Node is, think of it as the cosmic arrow pointing toward your destiny. It's where the universe is pulling you, whether you realize it or not. When Mercury touches the North Node, it's like receiving a transmission. Information comes through, and not just any information, fated information. The kind of news that changes your trajectory. This could be an email, a phone call, a sudden realization. But whatever it is, it's going to feel significant. It's going to feel like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for. And here's what really gets my attention. This is happening in Pisces, which means the message might not come in a logical, linear way. It might come through intuition, through a dream, through a conversation that seems random but isn't. You might just suddenly know what you need to do next. Does that resonate? Then, just 31 minutes later, at 2:45 in the afternoon, the moon enters Capricorn. And this is where everything shifts from vision to manifestation, from dream to reality. The moon in Capricorn is all about structure, authority, and tangible achievement. It's not interested in maybes or somedays. It wants results. It wants the contract signed, the money deposited, the promotion official. And when the moon crosses into Capricorn, it's like the universe is saying, okay, enough dreaming, time to build. So think about this timeline. Mercury and the North Node give you the vision, the divine download, and then half an hour later, the moon gives you the structure to actually execute it. That's not a coincidence. That's cosmic precision. And then, later that evening, at about 8 in the evening, Mars and Jupiter form what's called a quincunx. Now, this aspect is a little uncomfortable. It's about adjustment, about growth that requires effort. But here's why it matters. Mars is in Aquarius, which is about innovation and future thinking, and Jupiter is in Cancer, where it's exalted, meaning it's operating at maximum power, and it's bringing abundance, security, and protection. This aspect is the engine. It's what actually generates the payout, because you can have all the vision in the world, you can have all the structure, but if you don't take action, nothing happens. The Mars-Jupiter aspect is that moment where you have to make the move. You have to send the email, make the call, say yes to the opportunity. And when you do, Jupiter in Cancer, this benevolent protective energy, catches you. I really believe these three events together create a perfect storm for career advancement. The vision, the structure, and the action all aligning within hours. And if you're ready for it, tomorrow could genuinely be a turning point. This is happening the day before everything changes. And here's where it gets even more intense. The reason tomorrow feels so urgent, so packed with potential, is because of what happens the day after. On Friday, February 13th, Saturn leaves Pisces and enters Aries. This is a massive shift. Saturn hasn't been in Aries since the late 1990s. We're talking about a once-in-29 years event, and when Saturn changes signs, the entire energetic landscape of reality shifts. Saturn in Pisces was fluid. It was about emotional resilience, creative endurance, spiritual discipline. The rules were soft, the boundaries were blurry. You had to trust the process even when you couldn't see the path. But Saturn in Aries, that's a completely different world. Aries is fire, it's action, independence, competition. The rules become rigid, the pace gets faster, the environment gets harsher. And honestly, I think tomorrow, February 12th, is the universe giving you exactly what you need to survive and thrive in that new reality. It's like being handed your severance pay and your signing bonus in the same moment. The old contract ends and the new one begins. And the Capricorn moon on the 12th is delivering the resources, the clarity, the opportunities, the tangible wins that you're going to need moving forward. So when I say the universe is paying you tomorrow, I mean it literally. This is settlement day. This is when the cosmic accountant clears the books before the new fiscal year begins. And if that sounds wild, I get it. But just pay attention tomorrow. Notice what shows up. Notice what clicks into place, because I don't think you'll be disappointed. If you've been grinding without results, here's why. Remember at the beginning when I said there's a specific reason you've been working in the dark? Okay, this is it. Saturn in Pisces doesn't reward immediate results. It doesn't work like that. Pisces is a water sign. It's about flow, about surrender, about trusting timing you can't control. So for the past few years, you might have been putting in massive effort and not seeing the external validation, not getting the promotion, not seeing the income increase, not getting the recognition. And I think that's been really hard for a lot of us, because we live in a world that wants instant feedback. We want to post something and see the likes. We want to apply for the job and get the offer. We want to launch the thing and see it blow up immediately, right? But Saturn in Pisces said, no, you're building something deeper than that. You're building something that can't be rushed. And honestly, that's been frustrating. I've felt it too. This sense of, am I even on the right path? Is this going anywhere? But here's what I've come to understand, and this was a huge aha moment for me. The work you've been doing wasn't wasted. It was accumulating, like interest in a bank account you couldn't access yet. And tomorrow, the account unlocks. The Capricorn moon is the key, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So when the moon enters Capricorn on the last day of Saturn's Pisces journey, it's like Saturn is sending a messenger to deliver the results. It's saying, I see what you built. I see how you showed up. Here's your reward. And for some of you, that reward is going to be immediate and obvious. A job offer, a contract, a financial breakthrough. But for others, it might be subtler. It might be a sudden clarity about your next step, a connection that opens a door, a confidence that wasn't there before. Either way, I believe something is shifting. and you're going to feel it. 3 signs are about to win big, and I mean really big. Okay, so while everyone is affected by this energy, there are 3 zodiac signs that are positioned to absolutely capitalize on tomorrow's alignment. And if you're one of these 3, I really want you to pay close attention, because this is your moment. Capricorn, this is your coronation. If you're a Capricorn sun or rising, the moon entering your sign tomorrow is like the universe putting a crown on your head. This is your day, your energy, your time to step into full authority. For the past few years, you've been rebuilding yourself from the ground up. Saturn in Pisces was transiting your 3rd house or your 12th house, depending on your chart, and it was heavy. It was isolating. It was confusing. You felt like you were speaking a language no one understood, or like you were working on something no one could see. But tomorrow, all of that changes. The moon in your sign illuminates you. It makes you magnetic. It puts you in the spotlight. And with Saturn about to leave Pisces the next day, it's like you're graduating. The pressure lifts, the fog clears, and you finally see the structure you built. The career blessing for you isn't just a bonus or a promotion. It's full ownership. It's you stepping into the role you were always meant to play. It's authority. It's respect. It's the world finally recognizing what you've known all along. You're the one who can build something that lasts. And honestly, I think you're going to feel this in your body tomorrow, like a weight lifting off your shoulders, like you can finally breathe again. If that happens, trust it. That's the universe saying, you did it. Now claim what's yours. Cancer, you're about to receive abundance you didn't even ask for. If you're a Cancer sun or rising, you need to understand something. You are cosmically favored right now. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, luck and blessings, is in your sign. And not just in your sign, but exalted, meaning it's operating at peak power. Jupiter in Cancer is the ultimate provider. It's the energy of overflow, of more than enough, of feeling protected and provided for. And tomorrow, when the Capricorn moon activates your 7th house of partnerships, that abundance is coming through other people. This could be a business partner who brings you an incredible opportunity, a client who signs a major contract, a spouse whose income increases and stabilizes your household, or even just a collaboration that opens doors you didn't know existed. And here's what I really want you to hear. You don't have to work harder for this. You don't have to hustle or grind or prove yourself. Jupiter doesn't work that way. Jupiter rewards alignment. It rewards being in the right place at the right time. It rewards openness and optimism and trust. So if something shows up tomorrow that feels too good to be true, don't second guess it. Don't talk yourself out of it. Just receive it. Because the universe isn't just trying to pay you, it's trying to spoil you, and you've earned that. Pisces, this is your liberation day. If you're a Pisces sun or rising, you've been through it, like really through it. Saturn has been in your sign since 2023, and that's not an easy transit. Saturn in your 1st house is pressure, it's restriction, it's feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But tomorrow, Saturn is at 29 degrees of your sign, the absolute final degree. It's the last day of the contract. And when Mercury conjoins the North Node in Pisces tomorrow afternoon, it's like the universe is handing you your diploma. You survived, you endured, you did the work, and now you're being released. The career blessing for you is freedom. It's the news you've been waiting for, the opportunity that finally feels aligned, the clarity about what you're actually supposed to be doing with your life. Because for the past few years, you've been figuring that out the hard way, through trial and error, through elimination, through learning what you're not. But tomorrow, I think you're going to know what you are. The message comes through loud and clear, and with Jupiter in Cancer forming a supportive angle to your sign, that message isn't just inspiring, it's profitable, it's sustainable, it's real. So if you've been waiting for a sign that it's time to move forward, this is it. If you've been waiting for permission to pursue the path that actually calls to you, you have it. The universe is paying you in freedom. And honestly, that might be the most valuable currency of all. The other signs aren't being left out. Now, I know some of you are watching this and you're not one of the big three, and I don't want you to think this doesn't apply to you, because it absolutely does. Everyone is affected by this energy. It's just showing up in different areas of your life. If you're an Aries, the Capricorn moon is activating your career sector. This is a visibility day for you. People in power are noticing you, and with Saturn about to enter your sign the next day, tomorrow might be the moment you get the title or the responsibility that sets you up for the next phase of your life. If you're a Taurus, this energy is hitting your travel and education sector. The blessing might come through learning something new, publishing something, or connecting with people far away. And with Uranus in your sign, expect the unexpected. This could be a wild, out-of-nowhere opportunity. If you're a Gemini, Mercury is your ruling planet, and it's conjunct the North Node tomorrow. That means you're receiving a fated message. Pay attention to what you hear, what you read, what downloads into your mind. It's connected to your career and public image. This could be a major announcement or realization about your path. If you're a Leo, the moon is activating your work and routine sector. The blessing is practical. It's about getting your day-to-day life organized and optimized in a way that creates more stability. Jupiter in your 12th house is protecting you from behind the scenes. If you're a Virgo, this is hitting your creativity and speculation sector. The blessing might come through a creative project, a side hustle, or even romance. And with Mercury, your ruler, on the North Node in your partnership sector, a collaboration could unlock massive value for you. If you're a Libra, the Capricorn moon is activating your home and family sector. This might be about real estate, moving, or financial stability within your household. And with Jupiter in your career sector bringing benevolence from above, things are aligning for you in a big way. If you're a Scorpio, this is about communication and commerce. The blessing could come through writing, speaking, selling, or local connections. You're being rewarded for how you've used your voice and your intellect. If you're a Sagittarius, the Capricorn moon is literally entering your money sector. This is as close to a literal payday as it gets. Your focus shifts from big picture dreaming to practical earning. And Mars in your communication sector gives you the push to make the ask or close the deal. If you're an Aquarius, you're in an interesting position because Mars is in your sign, giving you drive and initiative. The Capricorn moon activates your hidden sector, so the blessing might be private or behind the scenes. But it's substantial, and it's preparing you for something bigger. So no matter what your sign is, this energy is touching you. It's just a matter of where you're being asked to focus and what form the blessing takes. What you need to do tomorrow. Okay, so here's the practical part. What do you actually do with this energy? First, pay attention in the afternoon. Between 2 and 3 in the afternoon, that's when the first two events happen. Mercury conjunct the North Node, then the moon entering Capricorn. If you get an email, a call, or a sudden idea during that window, don't dismiss it. Even if it doesn't make logical sense in the moment, write it down. Sit with it. Because I think that's the universe giving you the download. Then, later in the evening, when the Mars-Jupiter aspect hits, that's when you act on it. That's when you send the reply, make the phone call, say yes to the opportunity, take the step. And here's the key. This isn't about forcing anything. The energy is already moving. You're just aligning with it. So if something feels like it's flowing, let it flow. If a door opens, walk through it. If someone reaches out to you, engage with them. The universe is doing the heavy lifting. You just need to show up and receive. And also, be mindful of your energy. This is a big day cosmically, which means it can feel intense. Some people might feel restless or overstimulated. That's normal. Just stay grounded. Take breaks if you need to. Drink water. Go outside. Don't get swept up in other people's chaos. Because while some people are going to rise tomorrow, others are going to spiral, and you don't need to be part of that. Hold your center. Stay focused on your own path. Trust what's coming for you. This isn't just a day, it's a threshold. I want to end on this because I think it's really important. Tomorrow isn't just about getting a check or landing a job. It's deeper than that. What's happening tomorrow is a threshold. You're crossing from one era into another, from the watery, uncertain world of Saturn in Pisces into the fiery, action-oriented world of Saturn in Aries. And the blessing you receive tomorrow, whether it's money, clarity, a connection, or an opportunity, that's your resource for the journey ahead. That's the fuel. That's the foundation. Because the next few years are going to be fast, they're going to require courage, independence, and decisive action, and the universe knows that. So it's giving you what you need now, before the pace picks up. This is preparation. This is provision. This is the universe saying, I see what you're about to walk into, and I'm not sending you empty-handed. So receive it with gratitude, receive it with humility, and receive it with confidence, knowing that you earned this. Every hard day, every moment of doubt, every time you showed up anyway, it all counted. And tomorrow, you get to see the proof. All right, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you and you want more content like this, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. And please drop your experiences in the comments tomorrow. I really want to hear what happens for you on February 12th. What shows up? What shifts? What clicks into place? I read every single comment, and honestly, we're all in this together. I think we're going to have a lot to talk about. Take care of yourself, trust the process, and I'll see you in the next one tomorrow.